Okay, this is different shoot.
Different day.
Different day, different.
Day. It's day 3.
This
Day
day
2.
3 of the shoot with Mary J.
Same out.
What's up, my guy?
Cool, bro. What's up? Why Marryjflower? Actually, before it was Marryjflower, it was like marijuana. It was marijuana. That time, that's when I started to smoke weed. And then I just called myself marijuana. But the Saturday I was performing, I was on stage, and then everyone was busy on marijuana, and Kid, you pulled through on some, a kid can never be marijuana. That's Marryjflower. You feel me? So I got a name from then because from that moment, crowd started calling me Marryjflower. That's how I got the name. Didn't name myself Marryjflower, just got it from the feds. 2007, I was like very young at that time when I started to do music. So me and my niggas were like, okay, we want to do music. So, you know, when niggas just, they come to you and they tell you, okay, there's a place, Emarastain, about they do music. There used to be performances outside the place. So they were like, okay, we can go there and see how it's gonna go by. Because by that time, that's when we were influenced by the likes of Pizzo, Backyard, and the other big crews that were there at that time. So we're influenced by those guys that were rapping by that time. So we're like, okay, you know what? Let us go to Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh is a Rastafarian. It's a Rastafarian black. You feel me? Like, you know, you're my Rasta. So when we got there, we met this guy, and this guy was like, okay, I'm gonna teach you guys how to rap. I was like, okay. His name is Supreme, but you didn't know he was Supreme by that time. Okay, we're like, okay, cool, about teach us how to rap. And then he wrote us one chorus, and we're like, okay, practice this chorus. We're practicing the chorus the whole week, the whole month. We're like, we wanna record now, like we're mastering this thing, we're perfect at it. But the guy keeps saying, keep performing, keep practicing this thing, about you're gonna record when time comes. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And by that time, we used to make inwelo. There's something that you call inwelo, you feel me, guys, where you put on your 2 tires at the front and the 2 tires at the back, and then the rope and all that. We used to play those things. I was like, okay, we're buying stereos, so we need speakers so we can play music on our cars. And by that Peter Tosh, there was TVs, there was radios and all that. They were just packed. So we're like, we break these, we take the speakers. We didn't know the guy was fixing those TVs. So we broke them and took the speakers. When he came back, the nigga was crying. Like, yo, you guys just messed up. And then it was like, Vayan. So from then, I went back to play soccer and all that. 2009, I went to Backyard, went to my show, and I was like, I don't record it, bro. And I don't have money. But I just want to record. He was like, bring me a beat, I'm gonna record you. Brought the beat, and then he was like, okay, come back the following week and come and record. I went there, I recorded my first song, and then I released it. But by that time, at Backyard, my show is a Backyard producer. So by that time, the nigga recorded me, and there was 2 guys that were recording there, my killers, they were my age. And then the nigga was like, you know what, struggling to manage time, you know, having to record you alone and record them. Why don't you guys become together so they can just work with you once? I was like, okay, cool. And one of the niggas, Kumaikilazi, I was with him when we were breaking those TVs back then. So now we're starting a crew, Maikilas. That was like 2009, 2010, 2011. We decided to buy our own stuff, started our own studio, started recording, pushing our music. 2012, I met Ungakilichi. I was performing, killing the show. The nigga is not a nigga that watches when you're performing. Now he steps outside, smoke, do whatsoever. He never watches anyone performing, other than himself. But when I was performing, he came in front and he was watching the whole performance. After the performance, he came to me and he was asking, where am I working? Because he wanted to make a song with me. And by that time, I had a studio at home. So I was like, let's go and work. So we got to studio, we recorded our first song, we released it, and it was famous. That was the first song I mentioned Marryjflower on, 2012. I've been Sean Kid the whole time. The first song I mentioned that Marryjflower was a song that was like boom, and people fell in love with it. So I started getting invites, people started following me because it was big. So that's when me and my nigga started working. So we've been working for from then 2012 until 2013. But me and my nigga got like a short period of time because he passed away 2013. So only 2 years. We worked 2 years. But you think me and him come along like a way back. First time I saw him, he wanted to beat the hell out of me. First time I saw him. But we were in an event, so there was beef between him and Backyard, and I was working at Backyard by that time. So he didn't like anyone who was working at Backyard. But then 2013, was working with the niggas, Cash Inc., Two Fresh Gang, as well as 300 Tears, which is Onrik and all that. 2014, I was working with Otine, and that's when we became a Kokonoiki and then started making music as a Kokonoiki. It was me and Tiny Gennaro. I was still producing the whole production and all that. We worked hard. We were making like more than 20,000 downloads by that time. Like it was big for that time, for 2014. Not everyone was struggling to make 1,000 downloads, but we're making more than 20. That's how people were. So that was 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. I went to Joburg. So I gave my studio to my friends, and then I went to Joburg to hustle, push some other stuff. But when I got there, things were not as I hoped for. So I wasted a year in 2018, 2019. So now I'm coming back, coming for everything. When you look at like the way that music is evolving from the previous genres, and it's the same genre, it's just the way that the music is being done now. It's totally different, and I believe in change. I've never struggled when it comes to that. But I believe like in that era, we did our best. We did our best. We were working very hard, and whatever we did in that era can never be undone, my nigga. But music evolves. So now there's new artists, there's new ways of making beats, there's new ways of recording. It's improvement. Even before our time, there was a type of genre that was there before us, but we changed it. And people vibed with what we were doing. Even today, like the music has evolved already. We've got new artists that they're bringing a new different sound, totally different from what we're doing. But I'm happy, bro. I vibe with it because it's change, it's improvement. We can't stay in one place. We have to move. You feel me? We have to grow. We have to try new things so that we can improve. There was a lack of connection. I wouldn't say in that transition the old rappers were left behind. I would say they didn't want to join the movement. They didn't want to. They refused. I think people get comfortable at where they are. That's why it's hard for them to change, to try new things. It's a matter of trying new things. Evolve, move with the sound. You don't have to do it alone. There's a lot of guys that are doing music, the new sound. The only thing that you have to do is engage, talk to people, listen to their style, give attention to that style, and don't stick to what you know. Because whatever that you know, it's something that you already know. You've got nothing to learn in it. But when you go to other people and listen to what they do, how they do their sound, you adapt. It's also based on adaptation. You just have to adapt to the movement. Because people, fans, they are moving with the new sound. So why stay? And I believe I think especially to Ispaza, the music that we used to do, that people call Ispaza, but that was not the genre. Ispaza was a movement. It was what we were doing because we were rapping next to Ispaza shops when we started out. The bros, the ones that were before us, that's how they started out, the movement. But it's hip-hop. It's just the way we flow, the way we deliver lines and all that. And hip-hop improves. And just like we know, we cannot compare a child that grew in 1995 with a child that is growing up now. 1995, we used to play on 3310, Snake Impact and all that. But the children of today is playing iPhone, is playing Hawaii. So you can't expect the children of today to be like those that were raised in 1999. Do you feel me? So I feel like same as with the music, as time goes by, we adapt, we start new sounds, and people, they're gonna go with it because it's what's happening today. We're not gonna be loyal to what has already passed. And that's like you say, past gotta be it passed, and then you've got to move on. So I will still say old rappers, they've got the wisdom. They've got the wisdom, and I believe that new rappers can learn a lot from the old rappers. But if we as old rappers could stand up, but the thing is we want to compete with the new school, and we shouldn't, because those guys, they're inspired by us. They were listening to us, most of them. Even now that they are rapping, and the only thing we can do is support them and learn from them. I wanted to come back 2018. Like it was like when I come back to music and work my way up. So 2018, I recorded songs that I've never released. 2019, I recorded some songs that I've never released. Reason being, it was not the sound that satisfies my soul. And that's for me and my music, I feel like we have to connect spiritually. I need to connect with my music spiritually. My music heals me. When I do music, when I'm in a studio, I feel alive. More than anything, I've done a lot of things in life, but when I'm at studio, I feel alive. That's one thing about me. And my sound, it's hip hop, but it's different. Even the way I sing, even the way I do music, it's how I connect. I can rap in any way that I want to, but I choose to do my music the way that I do it because it makes me happy. The reason why I collaborated with Smoke and Purple is because I believe in teamwork. I believe I'm a capable artist, I can do it alone, but I also believe in teamwork more than anything, because I believe teamwork makes the dream work. We released 4 songs, which was an EP. There's another EP that's coming, another 4 songs. It's already done, recorded, mastered. Maybe we're gonna drop it in December or in January, it will depend. And then maybe we're gonna drop another 4 songs again, and then I'm gonna drop my EP, a solo EP after that. Working on a live session for the first time was kind of tricky for me. You know, never been in front of a camera, like in that way of like, okay, I'm shooting a live session right now. Besides like actually performing on stage where there's crowd and there's everyone, because in that space, that's where you get the energy and all that. It was kind of tricky for me, but I had to adapt and I fell in love with it. I was so in love with the way it was shot, and now I was happy. I was just happy with the setup, with everything, and we did it. We did it. I was happy. I'm happy with it, and it's uploaded now. It's on my YouTube channel. My nigga, and people, they can get it there. So yeah. But we're gonna shoot another one for the EP. So we're gonna be shooting the whole songs. Spoke with my show back here. He's got a big space in his studio. And it was like, if we want, we can use his space for shooting the live at the studio. And the space is awesome. So I just need to talk to my nigga Alpha. I need to talk. Examine, nigga.
Oh my god, how can you keep this from me?
Okay, but now. So,
Anyway, yeah, that's good news.
that's good news. People can find Marryjflower on Facebook. Marryjflower is in A, M for mama, A for apple, R for red, R for rose, Y for yogurt. Like Marryjflower, it's like M-A-R-R-Y. J for jokes. You feel me? So yeah, they can get it. And then flower is a normal rose, like flower. Yeah, Siwula, S-A. My surname is like S-I-H-U-L-A, S-A. So it's Marryjflower, Siwula, S-A. You can get me there when it comes to Facebook. On Instagram, Shorts by Sbo. On Twitter, Shorts by Sbo as well. So yeah, that's my social handles.
Recorded Crafontaine, my melon Monte Vista, family 20 sisters, dating a minister, and is a mobile fresh and petting than a melo. Nigga SOS, take a pic with a cannon, wake up it well is cello. Tryna be a nigga on me.